Massachusetts, along the Chicopee Center Canal, the Capitalville Canal. We're looking at the edge of the Dwight Mill as it passes over near the Davitt. But then we're going to slide a little bit over to see the Ames building. Now the Ames building was not constructed all in one go, and this is not the original Ames anyways. And the building was constructed in many pieces through the years, and then once they gave up on it, they turned it into a residential location. And we're going to slide down a little bit here. Okay, from this location here, we can see the tower that forms the Ames privilege at this point. And it's hard to see what was constructed when, but if you look at the floors on the brick on the outside, the brick between the first and second floor, and then the brick between the second and third floor, and then even the brick right below the windows, all have lines in them, but a true brick facade should have no lines inside of it. And for that reason, something is up, right? And it's also true that bricks don't line up perfectly, right? So what happened was the Ames was constructed at different times. The first floor was constructed sometime in the 1840s. Then the second floor up was constructed sometime in the 1850s. Then the third floor was constructed sometime in the 1860s, right? And so they grew because what they're making became more and more desirable. By the end, they were making armaments for the Civil War, and they had to add the third floor up, right? So the real true Ames in this section here, the one from the 1840s, is only the first floor, and it's only the midsection. So if you look at it again, you notice that along this edge, it goes indented inwards, and it has different kinds of windows over there. The windows over there are rounded at the top, but if you look over here, the windows are flat, and the brick on the outside has those lines, right? And there's even one bricked in space, right? So something is up. What's up is that at four or five different expansions to the Ames building caused it to have this particular look to it. All right, we're going to slide once more upward. Okay, from this location here, we're going to look at the brickwork again. You don't quite see those lines as pronounced as you did before, right? Because part of this was actually built in the first build. But you can see as you go up to the second and third floor, the bricks are very peculiar. They don't line up above each other. And so here also they had those expansion. Now we're going to have one more last view here. There is a building at the very end, and it's gabled front outwards, and that's part of the Ames also. But even that is not the original Ames. To get to the original Ames, we have to walk all the way down this beautiful walkway, and at the end of it, there's a bridge over the the Chicopee Canal. And if you go down to the river edge, there you'll find the original Ames. It's not there anymore. It's gone away, but it had its own small canal. So the Chicopee Center Canal was actually two canals, and they had their own dams to force the water in. The dam for the big one is still there. The dam for the smaller one has been breached as of the 1930s, and the mill that it served, the original Ames mill, is totally gone. All right, so what we see here is the second Ames, actually the third Ames, because they're by far the original Ames of all in Chicopee. It was on the Chicopee Falls Canal, and it was there for 4 years before they moved out here. So what you really see here is the third rendition of the Ames, and even that includes the original plus the expansion onto it. All right, so it's not exactly what you might think. Now we're going to point out the beautiful walkway. We're going to look down it. You can see the wall alongside it is quite strong and beautiful. This walkway is about 4/10 of a mile long, and I wish they made it a little bit longer in both directions so that you get even more of a great look. And we're going to swing to see the other side of it. Okay, and then one more last swing. We're going to look upwards to see Holyoke's Chicopee City Hall. Okay, so all this around it grew here because this was the main industry of Chicopee, this wonderful canal. So I'm glad you come along to the Ames and go to all the stops on this Chicopee Canal. Thank you.